morning and welcome to Football League World TV. My name's Ned Holmes and today I'm joined by my colleague Chris Thorpe to discuss the 6 nominees for the Football League World Fans Championship Player of the Month Award for January. The vote's open now and you've got until 9 a.m. To cast your vote with the winner. 9 a.m. tomorrow, that is, to cast your vote with the winner announced at 10:30 a.m. It is, of course, transfer deadline day, so we're going to try and keep it short and sweet. Chris, how have you found transfer deadline so far? An early start for you?
Yeah, some interesting stories this morning, but it can all change so quickly, can't it? So I'm sure we'll get right to the deadline. There might be a few shocks along the way. So yeah, it should be interesting, mate.
Absolutely. Well, as is often the case throughout January, all the headlines today are going to be about the transfers, but we've got a sort of brief chance to talk about a bit of football, which is nice. The 6 nominees for the Football League World Fans Championship Player of the Month Award are Nottingham Forest defender Jed Spencer, Luton defender Naby Smith, Blackburn defender Daryl Lenihan, QPR playmaker Chris Willock, Fulham forward Alexander Mitrovic, and Bristol City forward Anton Simenyo. As I said, you can click the link in the description below or head to footballleagueworld.co.uk to cast your vote. The vote's open now and closes at 9 a.m. tomorrow. We'll talk about Jed Spencer first, then Chris. Obviously, there's been a lot of talk about whether he might move to a Premier League club, but sort of remain with Forest for the end of the season on loan from Middlesbrough, of course. But he's proven over the last month that just how good news it is that he'll be staying put to the end of the season, hasn't he?
Yeah, I mean it's a massive boost for Forest. He's been superb down that right hand side and sort of completely taken to whatever Steve Cooper sent his way in terms of instructions. So I think Middlesbrough, at the time when they made the move, I thought Warnock was a bit silly sending him out on loan to a league rival, and I think Middlesbrough really regret it. But yeah, it's interesting to see that he's staying there for the rest of the season. And only this morning, Southampton, another club, linked with him. So yeah, could be an interesting 24 hours for Spence.
Absolutely, and if you think Jed Spencer deserves to be named the Football League World Fans Player of the Month for January, then click the link in the description below or head to footballleagueworld.co.uk/fan-awards. Another defender on our list then, Chris, is Naby Smith from Luton Town. A goal and 24 appearances, really showing that what he offers at both ends of the pitch. And it's easy to forget that he's not always been a centre-back. That's sort of how well he's taken to it this season in particular, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's very good technical ability that he's got, Naby Smith. I liked him when he was at Wigan. Obviously, he played a completely different role, really. But I guess he's got the height that he can pull off that centre-back role. And I think, yeah, he really excels. But I think that's one of Nathan Jones' strengths as a coach. He can improve the players that he's got at his disposal without having to spend too much money in the transfer market. So yeah, I just think it's another good example of good coaching, but also a player showing their adaptability.
Absolutely. We'll move next to our third and final defender. The last of the 3 defenders on our list, then, Chris, Blackburn Rovers, Daryl Lenihan, been a key part of a fantastic sort of promotion push for Blackburn, who could finish this month in the top 2, which is quite the achievement for Tony Mowbray's side. 13 tackles and 3 clean sheets, as well as sort of spraying those forward balls with the likes of Brereton Diaz and co on the end of it. He's been underrated really up until this season, but we're really seeing his quality now, aren't we?
Yeah, he's sort of entering his prime, if you like. Obviously, he's got the captain's armband there, extra added responsibility. Everyone goes on about Blackburn's attack because of Brereton Diaz, but you just have to look at how good their defensive record has been, and that's equally played a big part in getting them to where they are in the league table. So it'll be interesting to see if they can get him on a new contract, because obviously I know he's out of contract at the end of the season, if I remember rightly, and I know Villa were looking at him. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with him when it comes to the end of the season, but I don't see him leaving today.
Absolutely. There's been talk, I think, as well as Newcastle and Leeds United, certainly deserving of a Premier League move, but Rovers fans will hope that he does that at Ewood Park and secures promotion this season. If you think Daryl Lenihan deserves to be named the Football League World Fans Championship Player of the Month for January, head to footballleagueworld.co.uk/fan-awards to cast your vote, or click the link in the description below. With Ilias Chair going to the Africa Cup of Nations, Morocco, Chris, January was always going to be a huge month for Chris Willock, and it's fair to say he's stepped up and grabbed that opportunity to really prove himself with both hands. A goal and 5 assists as QPR went unbeaten in the Championship this month. He's really sort of stepped up to that pressure, isn't he?
Yeah, I think he's one of those players who just thrives in that role, just behind the striker. And obviously QPR needed him to step up after Cher had gone to the Africa Cup of Nations. I think you always need that, whether you're Liverpool losing Mane and Salah or whether you're QPR losing Cher. It's just something that you need, and it's a team game. You need everyone to step up, and he really has. And I think the exciting thing about him is he's only going to get better. He's not too old. He's still got his best years ahead of him. So it'd be exciting to sort of see how he gets on over the next few years, whether he stays there or goes elsewhere.
Absolutely. Certainly, Mark Warburton's had a great sort of record for bringing through the sort of young attacking midfielders with QPR. Chris Willock, the latest sort of to flourish. As I said, a goal, 5 assists for him. And if you think that means that he deserves to win the Football League World Fans Championship Player of the Month for January, then head to footballleagueworld.co.uk/fan-awards or click the link in the description to cast your vote. The vote closes at 9 a.m. tomorrow. It's sort of hard to remember a time, Chris, when we weren't talking about Alexander Mitrovic on this list. I guess he had a slightly, not barren, but dry spell sort of during January by his own very high standards, but 6 goals and 2 assists in January, a really remarkable return. I mean, it's hard to know really what else to say other than we're witnessing greatness in Championship terms here, aren't we?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he'll get Player of the Year in the Championship and also Team of the Year, no doubt. It's just strange though, because he's not quite good enough for the Premier League, but too good for the Championship. He's always in between. So I think the target for him, if they went up, would be to hit double figures in the Premier League. I think he'd done it once before when they were in there a few years back.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, he's absolutely superb. You sort of run out of superlatives for him for just how good he is. So as long as he keeps scoring, then I'm pretty sure Fulham will be up there for the automatics, no doubt.
Absolutely. You certainly wouldn't back against Marco Silva's team at the moment. The final nominee on our 6-strong shortlist is Bristol City forward Anton Simenyo. 3 goals, 3 assists for him. A breakthrough season last season, and then perhaps a slow start to this campaign, Chris. But we've seen over the last month he's really taken things up a gear and been just too much with his sort of both technical ability and sort of strength and pace for opposition defences to handle, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's one of those players where maybe if you looked at him a year or 2 ago, you wouldn't have thought he'd make the grade, but he's really stepping up now. And you've got, you've now got a player that's making a difference as much as someone like Wyman does. Wyman's usually the one who comes up trumps for you guys, but now you've got Simenyo stepping up to the plate. And I think it's interesting, really. I've never really associated Pearson with giving such a young player like so many chances, but he seems to do it quite a lot this season with, Scott and Masengo as well. A lot of young talent in that team, but Simenyo is really shining through, and not just the goals but also the assists. It shows he's got another side to his game.
Absolutely. And if you think Bristol City forward Anton Simenyo deserves to be named the Football League World Fans Championship Player of the Month for January, then head to footballleagueworld.co.uk/fan-awards or click the link in the description below to cast your vote. You have got, of course, until 9 a.m. tomorrow. Well, just before we wrap up then, just to go through the shortlist one more time, it's, of course, Nottingham Forest defender Jed Spencer, Luton Town defender Naby Smith, Blackburn Rovers defender Daryl Lenihan, QPR playmaker Chris Willock, Fulham striker Alexander Mitrovic, and Bristol City forward Anton Simenyo. For a final time, of course, head to footballleagueworld.co.uk/fan-awards or click the link in the description below to cast your vote. You've got until 9 a.m. tomorrow to cast your vote. The winner will be announced at 10:30 a.m. Well, that's everything from us. But as it's on transfer deadline day, Football League World TV is really the place to be. We've got a transfer zone show every 2 hours starting at 12 p.m. and running through until 8 p.m. It's going to sort of wrap up all the done deals and all the latest transfer deadline day dramas, so it's not to be missed. But that just leaves me to say thanks, Chris, and thanks everyone for watching.